I don't know how to start a video, but I'm Hootless, and this is Stardew Valley 1.3 modded episode 3. Let's see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. It's going to be clear and sunny. Just got an email. Ooh, the rain looks so much nicer like this. It looks different, right? I can't tell if it's just the fog making it look weird, but I like how this looks. It's nice. It gives it that nice ambiance. We will fish for a little bit, and then we will go to the blacksmith, crack these geodes, go to the museum, donate everything that we can, sell everything we can't, I guess, and then we'll go check out Robin's things, see how much it costs for various stuff, maybe do some more fishing, no forageables, at least easily reachable from here. Instead of fishing first, let's go and check for spring onions. Also grab this. Just a lost book, but gets it out of the way for later, I suppose. I'm building up, like, a backlog of videos here, because frequently the problem with this sort of series is that I lose, like, motivation to do them when I feel pressured to do them every single day. So, oh god. Alright, let me get my scythe, so I can actually get down to the Cindersap Forest. Also, bam. And bam. Hold on to that clay. We'll take... Oh, please. Well, we'll take this rusty spur to the museum as well. But when I feel a lot of pressure to record these each and every day, I often end up getting... Like, you know, one day I won't wake up early enough to be able to do it in time, and I didn't do it the previous night, and I'll be like, oh... I gotta do it now, and then I'll put it off, and I'll put it off, and then, oh god, the wrong direction again. Yeah, I can get through here. And I'll put it off, and then it'll be too late for the normal time that I uploaded, and then I'll feel, you know, displeased, I feel is a good word, with the fact that I missed it. And it just goes into like an endless cycle. I missed yesterday, might as well not do one today. And it just gets me more and more down, and then I stop the series and disappear for a few months. And that's how things go. So instead, I'm going to be recording a backlog, and I'm going to be trying to add to this backlog consistently, which means that I probably won't respond to comments on videos, like, in video. Like, I won't mention recent comments on recent videos, unless, you know, I'm on, like, episode 10, and I'm finally like, hey, somebody commented this on episode 1. But it does mean that the uploads will be more consistent, and hopefully that will be worth the exchange of not getting that instant feedback, you know. So hopefully that'll work out. Plus, I am kind of excited, more than I have been lately for Stardew, because of the mods, which I never really played with even in 1.2. And it makes me kind of sad now that I never got into modding 1.2, because there's so many cool things that you can do with mods in 1.2, and they just aren't updated yet. And I've been obsessively checking the Nexus mods thing like every single day, multiple times a day, seeing if there's any new fun mods updated for 1.3, because I don't want to go back to 1.2. I don't want to go back to not having multiplayer, because I actually play this with a few friends who will probably be on this series eventually, or I'll start a new series, I don't know, something like that. But either way, I do actually play this with friends, so I want to keep the multiplayer, but I also want updated mods, so I just check it all the time. And whenever I see cool ones, I add them in. Because these first few videos have all been, yeah, you can see right there how quick it goes. Because these first few videos have all been recorded in succession, I won't have added any mods in, but I'll probably think of like some round number and add new mods in, you know, at those points, like every 5 episodes add new mods or something like that. That should give me plenty of time to like have them update first of all, but also just so that there's meaningful gaps between each update of mods, so that I actually get new things in instead of just constantly, well, not that I get new things in, but that I add new things and the mods can be shown off somewhat before I toss more into the mix. Just, you know, otherwise it starts to lose all meaning that there's mods being added, because it's like, I don't know when this was added. So I'll try to keep that to a minimum. I'll try not to add anything that breaks the save either. Ideally, I don't want to have to keep restarting on this. We can't go in here yet. Let's go up and talk to Robin, who I believe should be in her house on Wednesdays. I think on Tuesdays she goes to Pierre's and does the exercise thing. If you go in there early in the day, you can see them doing it, and it always makes her be out of the store on Tuesdays. But she is here on Wednesdays. Construct farm building. So there's coop, barn, well, silo, mill, which we might get one eventually. It turns flour into wheat and sugar, or wheat into flour and beets into sugar. So that could be pretty handy to have. It does require cloth, which means we'll need a big barn, I think. I think you can get sheep in a big barn. I could be wrong. You might have to have a deluxe barn. A shed, which is, I guess, kind of like a miniature greenhouse now, because you can put the new flower pots in there, or whatever they're called. And you can grow crops in those, but you do have to water them by hand. Sprinklers won't work. So, sheds might be useful. We'll probably get some of those eventually. I don't know what else we could use them for, really, except for, kind of factory things, where we put the machines in there and chests next to them and use the automate mod to create a sort of a factory. So that could be cool. Cabin, there we go. 100 gold and 10 stone. I can actually do that, like, immediately. I didn't realize they were so cheap. Oh, and you can build the different types. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. I'll probably build this kind. I don't have wood on me, though. That one just requires wood. So I could buy some. It's like 200 gold to buy a single cabin. Really cool. Plus, there's multiplayer mods out there. I probably won't get them because it would be ridiculous, but there are mods that make it so that you can have any number of players connected. If I was going to do that, I'd probably do it on a stream and just get like everyone who's watching who wants to play can join in and have a good time there. Stable. We might get one eventually. I don't think I've ever gotten a stable, actually, except for like once when I first started playing. I got one, and then I've never wanted a horse since then, so I never got one. Slime hutch, I have never made one of these. I have no idea what their deal is. I know you can grow slimes in them, but I don't know what the benefit of that is, if any, and it's really expensive, so it's not something you would get early on. Shipping bin, this is new from 1.3. You can put down extra shipping bins. I don't know why you would want this, except for like easy access, I guess. And then coop, barn, we're back to the beginning. So, that's pretty cool. I will probably put down cabins eventually. Find a nice spot for them, build like a little plaza or something, make it look real nice. And maybe get some guests on here. Something like that. There's plenty of other people who do Stardew. And, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably start with bringing my friends on, and then maybe we'll get extra people in. No idea. I haven't thought ahead, and this is just like spur of the moment, maybe thing. Demetrius shows up after we've made a certain amount of money, I think, so that's a no-go on the cave for right now. Parsnips, they're coming along. I do wish that maybe it would be too broken or too strong, but I kind of wish that you could just hover over with this right-click thing and see, like, 3 out of 5 days. That would be cool. For now, let's put away this. Sell that, actually. Put away the scythe. I'll keep the spring onions on me because I want food for fishing. I've been watching videos lately of, and by lately I mean like today, and that's basically it, of a game called Beat Saber for virtual reality headsets, and it looks so good. It's kind of like Fruit Ninja, except instead of fruit, it's blocks rushing towards you, and they rush towards you at the beat of the music that's playing. And you can, through mods, make custom beat tracks and stuff. So I guess a better comparison would be like Osu or Elite Beat Agent, or what are the other ones? I don't know. I know there's a lot of them. I just never really got into rhythm games too much. But the difference is that it's in VR, so instead of just tapping buttons to the beat, you have to actually like swing your arms around to try and hit the blocks as they're rushing at you, and it looks really impressive. And there's one custom song that's Through the Fire and Flames, known of course from Guitar Hero, I believe. I don't think that was a Rock Band one. And let me tell you, it is way more impressive to see somebody get near perfect on that in Beat Saber than it is to see them, you know, be super bored looking as they tap buttons on the fake guitar. Like swinging, typically in these videos, and especially the one that I saw, you only see it from the perspective inside of the VR headset. You don't see them swinging their arms around in the room, otherwise that would probably look super lame. But from the perspective of the person playing it, at least, it looks extremely cool. Like damn, it looks so good, and it looks so intense, and you'd have to put in so much work to be able to hit all of those boxes like that, and I can't even imagine. But just yet more proof that VR games are like kind of like the future of exercise, really, because they get people up and moving around more than they would be playing other games, and it actually has a benefit because you have to swing your arms around and move around and all that stuff. So it's like, you know, it's a pretty good exercise as well. And when I can get my hands on a headset, I'm definitely going to try out Beat Saber. Probably not the songs that they have that ship with the game, because those don't seem particularly interesting. But there are like tons and tons of custom songs from what I've seen, including, you know, Through the Fire and Flames, which I probably won't do. I don't think I'll be good enough to do that one at any point. But there's, I've seen a few songs by Imagine Dragon. Is it Imagine Dragon or Imagine Dragons? I think it's plural, right? So Imagine Dragons? That sounds right. I've seen Believer from them, I think it was called, as a Beat Saber song. I saw Take On Me by Aha. Famous song, popular song. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Kind of weird, like, you know, it's a song that probably everyone knows, but you never really go Take On Me by Aha. You just go Take On Me. And it is by Aha. Is it originally? I'm pretty sure it's originally by them, right? And then, you know, everyone and their mother has covered it. So many covers. I really like the Ninja Sex Party cover of it, though. Which, you know, it's another one of those things. There's probably at least one cover that basically everyone likes. You know, everyone has their cover that they like of that song. Because there's a lot of good ones out there and a lot of good bands covering it. But that one I've also seen in Beat Saber. I think I only saw part of the song in the video. They didn't show the entire thing. I don't know why, but so we go. So just, you know, more of that kind of thing, or maybe create my own songs. The songs that I like, recreate them in Beat Saber, and play those, and listen to music that I like while getting light exercise done. Ooh, another diamond and a weapon. Very nice. Diamond we've already donated one, so now we can sell that, get a cool 500 gold, I think. Please, excuse the siren. I wish that it was possible to get multiple qualities on diamonds and such, but I don't believe you can. Because, you know, why would you be able to get multiple qualities on them, I guess? But it would be really cool. Or if there was, like a machine where it could steadily make them better quality, but has a small chance to destroy them in the process. Ooh, yes. I'll take this instead of single sardine of low quality, I suppose. I'll eat these as well so that I have more room. It'd be cool, is what I was saying, to get higher quality gems, and then, you know, they'd give more of a friendship boost if we give them to people, or sell for way more. But, you know, come with an associated risk, so it's not just a free improvement. And speaking of improving things over time, though, I wish casks were better. Like, I know, again, it comes back to that thing. I talked about it, I don't know, last episode probably, of they don't reward you too much for things in this. And I can understand why. But I wish that if casks were going to take so long, which I am fine with, like, you know, essentially, here's the trade-off I want. Make casks go quicker for upgrading wines and such to higher qualities, but keep low prices. Or keep the long time period that it takes to refine them all the way up to iridium quality, but make them worth way more when they're iridium quality. Like, can you can you get silver or gold quality on wines without a cask? I'm not sure. Maybe make it so that you can. Like, there's a chance it'll be higher quality based on whatever skill is associated with that farming or whatever. You have a chance to get higher quality wines out of it. And then if you put them in a cask and get them up to iridium quality, which takes a really long time right now, then, make them worth like 10 times as much. Maybe not actually that much, balance it. But I think if something's going to take so long to give you something in return, it should be worth a lot to do that thing. Otherwise, there's no reason. Because, why would I take the time to turn one wine into an iridium star wine when I get more money by just making 2 wine? And you might say, but you can make the extra wine and still do the cask thing. But, it's just like, why bother? It doesn't give you that much extra, even if it is money, like, it's just gravy. Like, you put it in there and you forget about it, and then eventually it'll pay out and you get slightly more than you would have if you sold it immediately. But it's not, like, it doesn't feel like it gives you enough of a benefit to be worth doing it consistently. So I think making casks, even, like, don't increase how much silver and gold star are that much. Like, you can leave those basically alone because they happen automatically. But taking the time to get it up to iridium star quality should really reward you. And not necessarily on fish. I can imagine it being good to do that on fish as well, except with this fishing overhaul mod that I have, it is... Oh, okay, well, that's my bad. It's much easier to get higher quality fish with this mod, is what I was going to say. If you get a streak long enough, every 3 increases the quality of the fish you catch by 1. So if you would catch a normal fish and you have a streak of 3, instead it's silver. If you have a streak of 6, it's gold. If you have a streak of 9, it's iridium. And that's a streak of perfect catches, by the way, not non-failures. So it is a little bit harder to do. But I think artisan goods, especially because they're artisan goods, should be worth much more the higher quality they are. And maybe make it harder to get higher quality, like silver or gold. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly how you'd want to balance it. But like I said, iridium should be worth a lot more. I'll probably eventually try casks on this save. It's a possibility. Depending on when the JSON assets mod gets updated, I might install it and hopefully not have to restart the save, but that one would probably warrant a save restart. But that one lets people add in custom crops and fruit trees and artisan goods and machines and all kinds of stuff. And I really, 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 really want to play with it. But it is not updated for 1.3 yet, so I can't use it. And it's really unfortunate. If I could, I would use like XNB patching ones, which is, replaces the game files themselves with the modded ones, so you can't really have multiple installed at once. I would do that, and I would like edit them together by hand, if I could. But I don't believe that's currently an option, so I have to wait around for the compatibility mod to update. Makes me sad, because it adds so many new crops. Like a ridiculous amount of new crops, especially the one that I have my eye on is called Project Populate. And that one adds in like 30 new trees, a ton of new machines and artisan goods associated with things. Probably over 100 new crops. Hey, an eel. Nice. Let's replace Silver Star Sardine. But it just adds in so much. And it even adds in something that I feel Stardew is lacking in, because there currently are none, which is the ability to grow crops in winter. I think that's a good thing to have. There are crops that grow in winter in real life. For example, I believe kale grows in the winter. And, I'm sure you could find other things. The mod, I believe, adds in bay leaves. And you can grow those in the winter. I wish I could take more of this, but my inventory is unfortunately full. So I'll head back to the farm now and we'll call the video here. But just overall, it adds more variety. And like I've said before, variety is what I crave in games. And that's why I started shying away from Stardew a bit, is because there just wasn't enough to do. and you know, after 300 hours in the game, it started to drag on a little bit. You know, everything felt the same. But now with mods, it's starting to freshen itself back up, and once JSON assets updates again, I'll be able to add in that, and we'll have even more crops to play with, plus new like buildings, like a brewery building, that kind of thing. And it should be lots of fun, lots and lots of fun. So this, one of these, this. Good to go. I'll just store these kinds of things in there for now, and I'll do a bunch at once when I have them. For now, though, hopefully you guys... Oh, pressed the wrong thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this, episode 3 of modded 1.3 beta gameplay, and I will see you guys all next time.